What up, guys? Frank here. Got the Civic back the other day. I believe it was Thursday night. Yeah, right after I got off work there, my girlfriend came and got me. We went over and picked it up. When we picked it up, there was a problem with the battery. We had a bad connection, basically. So we weren't getting. This was like moving around on here. Like now you can see, obviously they don't move. We put shears on it, so like to give it a little bit of extra space there. So that way we weren't having any problems with that. So it runs and everything fine. When we first picked it up, if we had to turn the car off or anything, or if you stalled, you'd have to jump the car because it wasn't getting a good enough connection. So we ended up fixing that and everything. As you can see, though, it definitely looks a little bit different than the last video that we had. Well, not the very last one, but the very first one that we had. So it looks definitely a lot different. So let's kind of go through and we'll kind of talk about what we got going on here. So obviously, as you can see, when we had the wastegate, we had it set up with a boost controller and everything, which was like wired over there. They ended up telling us that we didn't need the boost. I'm sorry, the boost controller. Spaced my mind there for a second. It didn't really matter, is what they told me. So I mean, I obviously just went off of what they said. They're professionals. Really, they only did a couple things here and there to help us. But other than that, I mean, they did it tuned. They got it tuned. Tuned on Chrome right now, and it's running 170 front wheel horsepower at 180 foot-pounds of torque. And that is at 7 pounds of boost. So, as you can see, there's the turbo, and there is no air filter here anymore. We went ahead. I've ordered a turbo guard for it right there. So hopefully it should cover. It's like a little mesh thing that'll just cover that right there for us. Basically, they said that we don't have any tubing or anything that's going to fit. All really because of this, that fan thing right here. Is it would come in, it was just so short, I had no room to mess around with anything except for like that flexible like sprinkler tubing almost. So, yeah, actually right here. There you go. That thing. That was what was on it before. And that had obviously an air filter on it before, but now there's not an air filter on it. They said that it should be okay. Hopefully should be good for right now. I put it on like express shipping or whatever, and it's like a teal in color, so it's actually, I think it will go kind of pretty okay with that. I could have gotten blue, but I was like, yeah, there's a lot of blue in there. And then they ended up getting me a red fuel pressure regulator, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that kind of really made me mad. So I was like, yeah, we'll just kind of throw some colors in there. Why not make it look nice? So yeah, the turbo guard will cover it, and it's like a little mesh that'll just go right over there. Super small, super easy to install. So that's a good thing. Had to cut out more of the fan before too as well down there to fit that nipple in, but it all got in there well, and it is out of the way of the fan and it doesn't hit it anymore. While they had it as well, as you can see here, we got a new blow-off valve. It's a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. It's really nice, sounds super good. They had to put one of those in there because the eBay blow-off valve, was just coming off of there. The O-ring that we had in there, it didn't want to stay clamped down in there. So every time that we would hit boost, we'd hit like maybe like only like 2 or 3 pounds, and it would come off of there, it would just blow straight off. So we kind of said, let's just get a new blow-off valve. So we did that as well. Kind of going around back over here. Let's see, what else did they do? They messed around with obviously, so I guess we'll just go to the fuel pressure regulator next. So fuel pressure regulator there, they had to put a new one in, the eBay one, which fucking eBay parts just in general, of course, which I was expecting. Obviously when I bought all that eBay stuff, I was expecting some stuff obviously here and there not to work, but we had a lot of stuff really that didn't work. I mean, this wastegate originally when we bought it, when they were tuning it the first time, they had it tuned. This had 2 springs in it, so it was making 12 pounds of boost on a stock head and a stock block D16Y7. Just not good for that, so we didn't want to just blow it up right away. We definitely wanted to be able to have at least a little bit of fun in it for a couple weeks at least. Hopefully, knock on wood, that it won't blow up on us. But it had 2 springs in there, so it was making 250 front wheel horsepower, which is like insane amount of horsepower there. So we had to dial it back. and got the right spring loaded in there and everything. As you can see, we got the dump tube. We had to pull these up out of the way, the AC hoses right here, so it wasn't touching the dump tube. And as you can tell, it still touches the AC fan there, but it's all right. So yeah, the fuel pressure regulator though, anytime we went underneath boost, we set it at 50 psi, and anytime it would go underneath boost, it would just start to hit it and it would drop right back down to 20 psi every single time, no matter what. So we kind of just said, let's just get a new one, because that means it was basically running lean, really lean actually. So we didn't want that, because lean is less oil and we don't want the engine to blow up. So went ahead and did that. They installed that obviously there for me, which looks actually really good, I think. So props to them. Thanks to all of them for working on it and, you know, not giving up on it. I know they had quite a tough time, honestly, doing it. It was, it took, I got it back a week or 6 days after they said that I was going to get it back from them. So almost another week. So, and it was on the dyno almost that whole time. So I'm really glad, you know, that they were able to put up with it and, you know, slot out dyno times and everything for me. So I was able to get on there. So fuel pressure regulator, obviously, we ended up having to put new injectors in there as well. I believe they were 1,000 cc injectors. Get that to focus there. Yeah, 1,000 cc injectors. They ended up obviously tuning it back. We weren't really running 1,000 cc's through that, so that would be crazy. But it looks good and it's nice and OEM fit perfect right in there. So that's awesome. Let's see. We put this strut brace in here. I know last time you guys saw it, we didn't have the strut brace in there. Not even me and Anthony. I did it all by myself. It took me like 5 or 10 minutes. Honestly, those things are not hard to install at all. Probably one of the easiest things I think I've done. So that was super cool. They also went ahead and made us a custom downpipe there, as you can kind of see. So it looks super nice. I really like it down there. I think it looks good. So that's sounded really nice. They touched up all of this here. As you can see, it looks like there's like a little bit of exhaust glue kind of thing right back behind there, keeping it all from having those exhaust leaks. That was a big problem with us before, and we just think it was because the bottom bolt to the downpipe was not connected there, because we couldn't get our hands up in there. It was a super tight fit. So luckily those guys, obviously having all the tools that they need, were able to do it. So what we have next really to do, so that's kind of really all that they did. Obviously they mounted the exhaust as well, so that looks super nice. It's a burnt tip exhaust, so I mean a little bit rice, but the car in general, I went to the meet last night, got hella heads to turn. Everybody was coming up and asking me about it. It was super cool. We filled this whole back area now with the stickers. You got the Insta over there and all these other ones. We filled this side window as well a little bit, so kind of super nice. And then we also went ahead and did the interior there a little bit, and what our plan is to just start sticker bombing the whole inside. We want to get it just covered in stickers, just make it look super cool. As you can see there, that is a broken short throw shift knob. So that happened to me last night when I was out racing in Mexico. Not really, it was more like down south on like airport or something. I don't even remember where we were at, but we were down there racing and I went to shift to second, and let me grab it from back here. There it is. There we go. And as you can see, that guy just straight broke off of there. So that's the screw for the short throw shifter. So I have nothing left of this short throw shifter, basically. So I have already ordered a new one. I decided to go not eBay. I went with a Megan Racing one. I've heard Megan's actually really good, through some guys I know in Japan. So that's super cool. I definitely love the stickers though. The stickers kind of bring it all together. I'm definitely trying to put some more on there. I think that, yep, there they are. I was like, these are all stickers right here that we're going to start to put on. I might start to put them on during this video. I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, so that really pissed me off last night. So I'm going to have to redo that thing is, before when we did that piece there, we didn't have the exhaust mounted. Now the exhaust is mounted, and the exhaust runs right underneath this guy here. So we're rather concerned on how we're gonna do it, but I'm sure we will find a way. We're not gonna just say fuck it, because I can't drive it like this. It pisses me off so much. So I'm gonna see if I can also get this out of here. I really want to keep using this this katana sword and as my shift knob, but we'll kind of see what happens, if I can get it out of there or not. But yeah, so that's the one of the things that happened, or one of the things that we got to get fixed, and that just happened last night. So, but I already ordered the part for it and everything. So hopefully, it says it should all be in by Friday. And then I also had to order. Damn, son. Oh, okay. So I also had to order new motor mounts, side motor mounts. So I ordered one there and one there. So motor mounts, as you can see. Oh, missed it a little bit. There we go. A little bit rusted out here and there. The torque that's going through it makes the engine shake like a motherfucker. Not even kidding you. It's crazy how much it kind of shakes. So we decided we were gonna get some new motor mounts. I'll make a video about that whenever we install them for you guys, kind of showing you what to do. What I've heard, or what I've seen so far online, because I'm not trying to get a whole fucking engine chain or an engine lift to try and fucking lift the whole engine. What I've seen a lot of people do is they end up just putting a floor jack underneath there and just kind of cranking it up that way. And then from there they'll go ahead and get it up, just get the engine up just enough to loosen all of these guys. So there's 1, 2, 3 on that, and then there's the 2 that actually hold the mount itself right here into it. So yeah, we're gonna have to definitely, this guy I think just slides right out of here. Yeah, it should. Cool, because there's one right back inside of there. Yep, right there. That is one of them. So we want to be able to remove them all. Hopefully that'll stop the shaking. They're really nice motor mounts, so hopefully that'll stop all the shaking there. And then the turbo guard, obviously, and we'll probably make a whole video when we do the turbo guard, do the motor mounts, and put that the short throw in there again. Fucking again. I'm so pissed about it, but whatever. So yeah, also kind of forgot to go into this while we were talking about what UPP kind of did for us. For those of you who don't know, UPP, Under Pressure Power and Performance, here in Colorado Springs. Really good shop, really nice guys too. Love the atmosphere there. Black front mount intercooler, kind of sleeper as fuck. A lot of people actually don't know it's turboed until they fuck with it, and it's really funny. So it's kind of not a really good angle. But yep, there's the downpipe and the exhaust and everything. So obviously custom made, looking sexy as ever. But what I was trying to show you guys here was the oil pan. So as you can see right there, that's the oil pan back up underneath there. So that, right, let's see if I can get my finger in there. So that's the original hole that we had welded and everything. As you can see, it's touching the downpipe, or almost touching the downpipe right there. So if we would have left it there, we would have had some big problems. It was pushing on it. It was causing major leaks. The car has actually stopped leaking now, though. I haven't seen a leak